Meet Dr. Jose. He's a periodontist, a diamond cut above the rest, yet his bedside manner is warm, welcoming, understanding, and inspirational. And of course there's Dr. Torres. She has the philosophy that time is measured to the extent by which it is used, and not to the extent to which it passes, making her exact, deliberate, and beautiful as a perfect diamond. And then there's Dr. Chon. Hands of a surgeon, mind of an engineer, and the heart of a hero.
Mr. Thomas, came in with failing dentition, a lot of infection. Sometimes when there's a lot of infection and patients want implants and we want to take them from failing dentition to now putting implants in and screwing in a whole new set of teeth all in one day, that may not be the best option. Sometimes pushing that envelope in that direction can lead to implant failures, and that's not good. So we always like to assess the situation.
I am hung up on one thing. I think it's the stroke. I don't want to give up. This was, it's just, doing this was, a really good idea. Hopefully the teeth will, and I will, we'll see. I mean, I looked at several of these, things, and when I met him and this place over here, I came over here, to see what this was like. I was very impressed with the whole thing. The equipment, the staff, everybody was just amazing when I came over, and it made me feel comfortable. I'm trying.
Finished up our case with Greg Thomas, where we put we initially had taken the teeth out and there were a lot of infections, so we had grafted, regenerated our bone, let it heal, and now we went back in. We were able to put all the implants in. They all went in nice and stable, so it's going to heal well for him. And then with a few months of healing, now we'll go back in and we'll attach the teeth. This case is a little unique just because of his medical history and limited bone volume. We just want to be cautious, so we're taking everything stepwise. But ultimately, implants are in, and it looks beautiful. They all went in beautiful. All right, so we have Mr. Jordan. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy, very easygoing in the chair, so we have, he came in with a lot of broken down teeth, a lot of infection in his mouth, both on the top and the bottom. And on the bottom, he also had some orthodontic work done to align a lot of teeth, but some of the back teeth, unfortunately, were so cavitated that they had to come out. So what we did for him was we extracted all his upper teeth. We did bone grafting to get that bone to grow back. We took out some of the back teeth on the bottom, and we'll go back there later and put implants in. But today our goal is to put in 4 implants on the top, so that eventually, once those implants have healed, we'll be able to make a new denture and that snaps in for him. So unlike a conventional denture that's going to move around, rotate, and all that, you know, this appliance, this prosthesis, once those implants have healed, will literally snap in, and that provides a lot more retention, a lot more stability. It allows the denture to be cut back so much that now there's more room for the tongue, there's more taste buds exposed, so it feels more natural for the patient. So that's our game plan today, is to put those implants in, stitch everything up, add some additional bone, because he had so much infection. Even though we have some bone to put implants in, I still want to be able to bulk it up. Long-term success for implants come from having an abundant bone around that implant. So every time I like to put an implant in, I like to add additional bone material so that we can bulk that area out some more. So that's what we'll be doing today.
I'm Robert Jordan. Well, I'm getting implants. I had some issues with, you know, with my braces, and I had them in too long, and it, you know, one of the wires like deteriorated, like the bone in my mouth. So I had to, my teeth was like really they was like really loose, and then they started like kind of like hurting a lot and breaking off. So I just decided to like just wipe all of them out and get implants. 9 years of not smiling. Yeah, 9 years of not smiling. And you know, it was tough. It was tough, you know, because I'm an outgoing dude. I love to smile. I love to joke around. I love to laugh. And that's the most hurting thing, when you can't smile. You know, I was smiling like I was Dr. Jekyll. you know, I was covering up. But, you know, I had to get it fixed, so now I'm gonna be able to smile. See, I should have took those braces off, but you know, it was just, unfortunately, I was busy in my life. You know, I made that secondary. And for those out there, take care of your teeth. When I get these implants, they're gonna be able to see the back of my teeth when I smile. Trust me. I just want to smile again. I just want to be able to smile. Like I said, the best thing that happened was to have that mask. When that mask mandate came out, I was the first one. I had so many masks because I can smile behind that mask, you know, and that's what I was doing. So now it's time to take the mask off and show my grill.
So we just wrapped our case up with Mrs. Jordan. Everything went perfect. We put in the implants in. Implant went in with great stability. We did add some bone as expected. Some of the implants, it was a little thin on, around the bone, so we had to add bulk that area out. When we bulk it out, when we add bone, we want to cover that with a membrane. We don't want that bone material to diffuse away over time. When we're growing or regenerating bone, there's a few principles. One is blood supply, and the blood supply comes from the from the patient himself. Another is stability, meaning nothing can move as things are healing. So we use a collagen-based membrane to cover that bone material and keep it exactly where we want it to be. So we did all that, and then we kind of pulled his gums back together and stitched everything up, and everything went well. So it's going to be a good outcome. Hello everyone, we have an awesome case. So Ms. Sullivan is here. We've already extracted some teeth and done some bone grafting. So now she's ready, she's prepared for those areas are ready for implants to go in. So today we'll be putting in two dental implants. And how we're approaching this case is we're doing it computer guided, but it's off of what we call a static guide. So we know, as you guys know, we do a lot of robotic surgery, which we can make changes at any time. Another way to do guided surgery is to take a patient's bone scan and then digitally create what the new teeth should look like to match the adjacent and the opposing teeth. Once we have that game plan, we can now position implants into that patient's bone anatomy so to properly support those future teeth, right? So once we have that plan, a custom 3D printed guide can be made to snap into the patient's teeth, which now as I'm preparing the site for the implants, it'll go in through that guide. The implants will go in through that guide. So again, it controls depth, rotation, angulation. So it makes everything very precise. So let's get started with that case.
Maria Sullivan. I'm getting implants. I'm getting two of the, what are they called, the hooks, put on this side. I already have one done here. The teeth here were all rotted out, and so was that one. So they pulled the teeth and they suggested implants, and that works for me because I have the gagging reflex really bad, and I don't think I could do dentures. So this is your real teeth, fake teeth, but they're still like real teeth. I am a meat eater, so therefore I need to be able to chew my steaks. I cannot live without a steak. As soon as my dentist told me that, now the teeth were pretty much done, I did the appointment right away. It's a long procedure because you have to, de-extract, then you have to wait to get the stitches out, and then you have to wait till that heals, But it's well worth it. You spend money on everything else in this world. You should spend money on you, your health, and your teeth are very important. For somebody that's actually scared of going to the dentist, I'm very relaxed, So I would recommend this place and recommend getting implants.
So Ms. Sullivan's case went great. We were able to put in both implants, completely computer guided. They went in with great stability. We sutured up. She did great throughout. She said it was better than expected, which is always good to hear. And now she's just in a holding pattern. She's going to be healing for a few months before she can get her teeth. So everything went well. Hey everyone, so our next case is Dennis. Dennis is actually a special patient because he's one of the first patients that I started to see when I first came into Columbia. So now we have 2 locations in Columbia, but our original location when I first started there, Dennis was one of the first few patients, and I've done several implants on him already, and long-standing dentistry, long-term root canals, crowns. Over time, unfortunately, they can break down, right? When you're talking 20, 30 years, things can start to break down. And so we have a tooth today. It's actually next to an implant that I've placed, and so Dennis has that implant and crown already. But behind that, the tooth has a cavity that, his said that it's not restorable, meaning it cannot be saved. So his dentist sent the patient to us. We'll be taking the tooth out today. And of course, one, to preserve that bone volume for a future implant, and also because that extraction site is next to an adjacent implant, we'll be doing bone grafting to preserve our bone volume and make sure nothing is lost, both in that site as well as against the existing implant. So it should be a very straightforward case.
Dennis Andrews. I'm having a tooth extracted today. I'm having tooth extracted because I had an implant next to a tooth, and that tooth is not real healthy. So they decided to extract it and repaired the bone next to the implant. Probably about 3 months ago. The dentist suggested that I do that so that it doesn't affect the implant that's already been put in. I've been coming to the doctor for the last 20-some years. He's a great guy. He's real bubbly. He's all good humor. He's always upbeat. Never down. He's always up. He's the energized bunny. The whole process here is amazing. It's a new place and they keep it up. Today he just tried a new process that when he numbed me, he used his vibrating tool, and the pain from the injection was minimal. It was amazing. It worked really good. Yeah, he said it's brand new. It's a brand new process. He just started. No tears today. This is first line, a classy place. I mean, everything is done professionally, and they use the latest and the greatest tools that are out there. You can just tell by looking in the room here, everything is top of the line. It's a good place to come if you need dental work, and they do it all.
Okay, so Dennis's, we just wrapped up Dennis's case and everything went perfect. Tooth came out nicely. We were able to protect that layer of bone against the adjacent implant, which was very important. And then we just cleaned up, some of the mush that can build up in a socket with some minor infections. And once we did that, we irrigated, cleaned everything out, put some bone grafting material, cadaver bone. That's going to induce Dennis's own body to come into that space and grow bone into the soft tissue. So that's going to help us maintain that bone volume. We cover it up with a barrier. That barrier will protect that bone as Dennis is healing over the next few weeks. And then we placed a couple of stitches. So everything turned out well for Dennis, and he left very happy. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm excited to be here and share a few more of our cases. She's an amazing patient. She has broken down teeth on the upper and really, loss of function, lack of confidence in her smile. And today we're going to start the journey to rebuild that and rebuild her confidence. So we'll be taking out her broken down teeth. And then our plan is to put 4 dental implants in. We will be putting the implants in utilizing our Yomi dental robot, so everything is going to be very precise, minimally invasive, and accurate based on our planning. So that's our case. Let's get started.
Kathleen, I get by Kathleen. I have to get dental work done. I'm getting implants on the top. I had some crowns while I was in an abusive relationship and got knocked around a little bit, but crowns that broke off and they're now gum line and they're just not very comfortable. And it was actually during the quarantine. Happened during the quarantine. So yeah, I tried to get in to get the crowns put back on and they didn't have the office open, so it didn't work out for me. Well, it's not really pain, it's just uncomfortable. Because, because the root canals, the root's gone. Now the tooth in the front he chipped, that one's painful. It's just starting to be painful, actually. I got very lucky. I've just been praying on it. And God's been working with me, so. I'm just excited to get it over with because I couldn't sleep last night. It's a wonderful office, everybody's great. The staff is amazing. Yep, I would recommend, highly recommend. I'll let you know how this numbness goes.
So we just wrapped up Kathleen. Everything went perfect. All the teeth came out nicely. We were able to maintain her bone volume. and of course reduce that bone down to a healthy level, and then we put our implants in as well. Everything went in perfectly, good stability. Now the long-term plan for her is not a screwed-in appliance, it's a snap-in, which is a significant upgrade from a conventional denture. A conventional denture is going to move on you. It doesn't have stability. It doesn't have the retention. So where you could be speaking and it could pop out. You could be out eating and it can pop out. And it doesn't maintain your bone, so your bone continues to go away, right? So now with these 4 implants in, it's going to maintain that bone volume for her. Once the implants have healed, we'll be able to connect it to those dentures and actually cut the denture back so that there's more space in the mouth for tongue and taste buds and all that good stuff. But it'll also snap in. So these male and female components within the implant and the denture itself will snap into place, and that's going to provide her with the ultimate stability and retention. And she's going to be able to eat so much better, speak with so much more confidence. So her journey has started, and she's well on her way.